if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, you've probably looked into S-Corps. You've probably looked into whether an S-Corp is right for you, whether it's a good designation, a good entity. One common misconception that I want to talk about first is that an S-Corp is not a standalone entity. You do not set up an S-Corp. You don't establish an S-Corp. You set up a LLC or a corporation, and then either one of those can choose to be taxed as an S-Corp. So if you're an LLC, you can be taxed as an S-Corp. If you're a C-Corp or a corporation, you can designate S-Corp taxation. So why would you do that? Well, let's look at some of the pros and the cons of the S-Corp tax designation. So an S-Corp, one of the pros is that there's asset protection. And I've talked about this a little bit more, and check out my blog and some of my previous videos where we dove into the details of liability protection and how to avoid piercing the corporate veil. Well, whether it's a corporation or an LLC taxed as an S-Corp, you have a shield of liability protection. Also, one of the pros is flow-through taxation. Everything flows through that entity and is only taxed once to the individual owners, the individual shareholders. It's not taxed twice like a corporation. A C-Corp is actually taxed when money comes in and then taxed again when money goes out in distributions. But one of the main reasons people set up S corporations is to avoid self-employment tax, where you would see it in a partnership or sole proprietorship, or Social Security and Medicaid tax. And that could be a huge benefit. That could save you thousands of dollars to avoid the Social Security and Medicaid tax. And how you do that is within an S-Corp, you are on salary, you're an employee, and part of your wages or part of your income incurs the self-employment, the Social Security and Medicaid tax. But then you take profit distributions, and the profit distributions actually avoid that tax, and it's not subject to Social Security and Medicaid tax. So that can be a huge savings, and that's one of the main driving forces behind why most business owners and entrepreneurs consider the S-Corp tax designation. Now, what are some of the cons? Why would maybe you not consider setting up an S-Corp or decide that an S-Corp is not the right tax designation for you? Well, there's some additional paperwork. There's some additional tax filings. You may have to hire an accountant to help you keep up with the employment taxes and paying quarterly taxes. So that may cost a little bit of extra money. Now, at a certain revenue threshold, you're going to actually save a lot more than what it's going to cost you. So even if you hire a CPA, if you hire an accountant to help you deal with some of the additional complexities from a tax standpoint, most of the time you're saving way more money than what that costs. Another limitation is on the type of owners or the number of owners that you can have within an S-Corp. You can't have more than 100 shareholders in an S-Corp. You can't have your S-Corp owned by a partnership or another corporation or someone that's not a U.S. citizen. So there are some restrictions on the type of owners you can have or the amount of owners you have within an S-Corp. But overall, the S-Corp is a great tax designation, and it's one you should consider. If you're setting up a new business, you want to look into the details of S-Corps and partnership tax or C-Corps and decide which one is best for you and which one's going to protect you the most and which one's going to save you the most money. So with this, on my website, McCormickPC.com, you'll be able to find a written blog post that goes into even more details about the pros and the cons of the S-Corp tax designation. So take a look or give us a call. We'd love to work with you. We're excited that you're looking at this and perhaps starting a new business. Good luck, stay safe, and have a great day.